everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a flat herringbone bracelet today using Superduos. This is really super easy. I know I say they're all easy, and trust me, if I can do them, anybody can do them. But this is really, really easy. There's two different ways to do flat herringbone with 2-hole beads. And when I did the first flat herringbone bracelet with regular seed beads, I showed some examples of the kind you can do with 2-hole beads. It's different than what I'm doing today. The beads lay a little bit different in it, and it's not hard, but it's a little bit more, there's a little bit more to it than there is this one I'm going to do today. I'll do one of those at some point, but I wanted to start out with this one because it's more simple. The other one's not hard, it's just the beginning of it is a little fiddly to get it started, but this one is just really easy. I've got my 8-pound Fireline and Smoke. I've got a Superduo here. This is called Pastel Dark Coral. This one is called Pastel Pink. And then I've got my Miyuki 11-0 Galvanized Silver seed beads. And I've got the same thing, Miyuki Galvanized Silver in 15-0s. And I had somebody ask me about these tubes that I use to put my beads in when I buy them in large quantities, and they come in little baggies. I'll put a link. I'll put a link to everything I'm using, as if I can find it, in the description box below, and I'll put a link to these tubes. I got those on Amazon, of course. That's where I pretty much get everything. I've got a couple of size 11 tulip beading needles. I've got a toggle clasp and a couple of 6mm jump rings and a couple of wire guardians. And all I have for tools are my scissors to cut my Fireline, and my chain nose pliers, and my bent chain nose pliers to put my clasp on at the end. And then I use the chain nose pliers to flatten down the end of my thread so I can get it through the needle. These are my new little glitter line bent nose pliers. And I think that's everything I need. So I'll get some beads poured out and I'll be back. Okay, I've got my beads poured out here, and I've got my needle threaded, and I've got a stop bead on, and I've left about a 10-inch tail or so that I'm going to come back later and use to sew on my clasp. I'm going to make this 4 Superduos wide. I'm going to have one dark coral one on the outside, and 2 pink ones on the inside, and another dark coral one on the outside. Of course, you can do any kind of pattern you want. You can make it more than 4 wide. You can make it 6 wide, 8. It needs to be in multiples of 2, but you can make it 6 wide, 8 wide, however wide you want it to be. I'm not going to need many of my 11-0s. I'm just going to pick up one for this first row. I'm going to pick one between each of my Superduos. So I'm going to pick up a red Superduo, a pink, an 11-0. A red Superduo and 11-0, a pink Superduo and 11-0, a pink Superduo and 11-0, and a red Superduo. So that's what I've got. A red, an 11-0, a pink, an 11-0, a pink, an 11-0, and a red. I'm calling them red. They say dark coral, but they look red to me, so that's what I'm just calling them. I'm going to pull them all the way down here to my stop bead. Let's see if I can get in a little bit closer and not blur. Come on now. Okay. Now, I'm going to pick up 3 15-0s and go from the bottom hole of this red Superduo to the top hole of it. And the only reason I'm picking up the 3 15-0s is to decorate up the side and to hide my thread. You don't have to do this. If you don't mind seeing that thread on the side, you can just pop up in there. Depending on the color of your bead and the color of your thread, you might not see the thread anyway if you just pop up in there without anything. You can use, instead of 3 15-0s, you could use 2 11-0s or 2 15-0s, just whatever you think looks pretty there. But I'm just going to decorate up the sides a little. So I've got 3 15-0s, and I'm going to go up into the top hole of this Superduo that I'm coming out the bottom hole of. Pull my thread through. And that, if I can get it up here where you can see it, that just puts that little decoration there on the side of the Superduo. Now I want my dark coral Superduos to be on the outside and my pink to be on the inside. So I'm going to pick up a dark coral one first and then a pink one. I'm not going to use any more 11-O's until I get to the whole other end of my bracelet. So I'm going to go through, we'll stand these up here like they're supposed to be, with the empty holes standing up, I think. Okay, I'm going to go through both of the top holes of the pink Superduos at the same time. Just like that. I'm going to pull my thread through. And that's going to pop those little Superduos in there like that. Now I've got a red Superduo over here that's I've not been through the hole of yet. I'm going to pick up a pink and then a red, and I'm going to sew through the second hole of the red Superduo that I hadn't been through yet. I'll pull my thread through. Try not to get my thread hooked around my finger, which I have done. Okay, I'm going to pull it on through. And that pops those Superduos in there like that. Now I'm just going to flip it because it's easier for me to sew away from me. You don't have to flip it if you don't want to, but I just like to do this. It just makes it easier for me. So now I'm going to pick up, I'm coming out of the top hole of this Superduo. See if I can get in just a little more, not blur. Come on, focus. Okay, I'm coming out the top hole of this Superduo. I want to get up here to the top hole of this Superduo. So I'm going to pick up 3 15-O's. And I'm going to go into the top hole of that red Superduo. And pull my thread through. And that just puts my little decoration there. Now I'm going to pick up a red Superduo, because I want my red on the outside, and a pink for the inside. I'm just going to go through the top hole of both of these pink ones at the same time. You don't have to do it at the same time. You do it one at a time if you want to. I just find it's just as easy to go through both of them at the same time. Now I'm going to pull my thread tight because I want these pink ones in the middle. I don't want there to be any gap between them. So I'm going to pull my thread tight. And now I'm going to pick up a pink Superduo and a red Superduo. And I'm going to go into the top hole of this red Superduo. Pull my thread through. And pull tight. And that's what I get. Now I'm going to flip it. Coming out the top hole of this second Superduo here. I want to go into the top hole of this Superduo. So I'm going to pick up 3 15-O's. And I'm going to go up here into the top hole of this Superduo. Now I'm going to pick up a red Superduo and a pink Superduo. I'm going to go through the top hole of both of these pink Superduos. pull my thread through, pull it tight so those in the middle will not have any gap between them. Now I'm going to pick up a pink Superduo and a red Superduo, and I'm going to go into the top hole of this red one here on the end. Pull my thread through. Make sure they sit in there like they're supposed to. Now I'm going to flip it. I'm going to pick up 3 15-ohs. I'm going to go from the top of this second Superduo to the top of this top hole of this top Superduo. Pull my thread through. Now I'm going to pick up a red Superduo, a pink Superduo. I'm going to go through the top holes of both of these pink Superduos. Pull my thread through. Thread's trying to get a knot in it because I've probably pulled off too much again. I'll pull tight so that those two in the center don't have any gap between them. I'm going to pick up a pink Superduo, a red Superduo. I'm going to go into this red one on the end here. Make sure it flips around like it's supposed to there. Flip my work over. I'm going to pick up 3 15-ohs. I'm going to go from the top of this second Superduo to the top of this top Superduo and go in the hole there. Now I'm going to pick up a red Superduo and a pink Superduo. I'm going to go through the top holes of both these pink Superduos. Pull my thread through. Pull tight. Pick up a pink Superduo and a red Superduo. I'm going to the top hole of this red Superduo. Make sure they flip around there like they're supposed to. Flip it. Pick up 3 15-ohs. We go from the top of this top hole of this Superduo to the top hole of this Superduo. Pull my thread through. Pick up a red Superduo, a pink Superduo. Go through the top holes of both these pink ones. Pull tight. Pick up a pink Superduo, a red Superduo, and go into this hole of this one on the end here, the red one. Now I'm going to pick up 3 15-ohs to decorate up the side over here. Go from the top hole of this second Superduo to the top hole of this top Superduo. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I get the length that I want. And then I'll be back and we'll finish it off. Okay, I've got my length done here. And I'm down here. I put on my 3 15-ohs here and I'm coming out this red Superduo. I'm going to put an 11-oh between each one of these because I want it to look like this end where I started. So I'm going to put an 11-oh between each of my Superduos here. Okay, now I want to be coming out one of these 11-ohs on the end here to start my clasp. So first I'm going to pick up 3 15 O's. And I'm going to come back through this. I'm coming out the top of this red Superduo. I'm going to come back through the bottom of it to decorate up the side of it. And I'm going to go through the bottom of that pink one. That just puts my little decoration over there. And now I'm going to go through the bottom. Now I'm going to go through the top of these two pink Superduos under that one in the previous row. Just going to go through them one at a time. You can go through them twice if you can get through them. You can turn your piece around and go through it if it helps, which it looks like it's going to help me. Now I'm going to go through the bottom of this pink Superduo and the bottom of this red Superduo here. Now I'm going to go back up these 3 15-O's on the side here. I'm going to go through the top of this red Superduo and out this 11-O. Now I'm going to pick up, I think, 3 15-O's and 11-O, my wire guardian. I go up through one channel of my wire guardian. Come back down the other channel of my wire guardian and the 11-O. Pinch the wire guardian so that the wire will land in the channel there. I'm going to tuck my wire guardian in just a little bit. I'm coming out of the 11-O under the wire guardian. I'm going to pick up 3 more 15-O's. And I'm going to go here and go in this 11-O. And I'm going to go on through that red Superduo. And it looks like my needle's coming out one of those 15-O's too, and that's fine. So that's what I've got. Now I'm going to go down the other 2 15-O's. Oop, hit the camera. Now I'm going to go back in the bottom of this red Superduo. And the bottom of that pink Superduo. Now I'm going to go through the top of both of these Superduos in the row below there. I think I learned last time that it's easier to do it if I turn it around. Now I'm going to go through the bottom of this pink Superduo and the bottom of this red Superduo. I'm going to go back up through my 3 15-O's here. Back through the top of this Superduo and the 11-O there. Back up these 3 15-O's I put on to do my clasp. to put on my wire guardian, and back up the 11-0. Under the wire guardian. Oop. Gonna make y'all seasick if I keep hitting the camera. And now I'm gonna go up one channel of my wire guardian, go down the other channel of my wire guardian, and the 11-0. Pinch my wire guardian so the thread will go down in that channel. I'm going to go down the 3 15-0s and the 11-0 and the Superduo if you can get it all at once. Now I'm going to go back through these 3 15-0s on the side here. I'm going to go back in turn my work around here, and I'm going to go back in I still like 1 15-0 being through all them. Now I'm going to go through the bottom of this red Superduo and the bottom of the pink one. Go through the top of these 2 pink ones in the row below. It's getting a little hard to get through there because it's getting full of thread, but it'll go. You just have to, those Superduos get kind of, because they lay together so well, they get, sometimes it's kind of hard to get through them, but you can just bend it back, get your needle up in there like that. And then you can go through this other one here. Like that. I'm going to go through the bottom of this pink one. The bottom of that red one. Go up these 3 15-0s here on the side one more time. They're getting pretty full too. You might want to switch to a size 12 needle here, but I'm going to stubbornly try to continue on with my size 11. I'm going to go into the top of this red Superduo and into that 11-0. Up these 3 15-0s. And the 11-0 under the wire guardian. I'll go back up my one channel of my wire guardian, back down the other channel, and back into the 11-0. I don't think I can get that. I'm just going to have to go down the wire guardian for now. Pinch it so that the wire will land in the channel. Now I'm going to go back into the 11-0. Go back down my 3 15 O's and back into that 11 O. We'll back into this red Superduo. I'll turn it around. I'm going to go back into these 3 15 O's on the side here. Now I'm just going to go through here and tie 3 half-inch knots. I'm going to grab a thread bridge right here. If I can get under there. There we go. I'm going to come back up through my loop. Slowly guide my knot down. And I'm going to go through another bead or two. I'm going to get another thread bridge here. Come back up through my loop. Slowly guide the thread down. Go through another one. I think I'll go down this one this time. It's easier to down in here, it's not as tight. I'm going to grab another thread bridge here, go through my loop, slowly pull my knot down. Now I'm going to go through a couple more beads and then I'm going to cut off. So now I'm going to take my stop bead off this side and I'm going to put my wire guard on this side just like I did that side, and then I'll be back and we'll put the clasp on. Okay, I got both ends of my wire guardians on both ends, and when I started I left about maybe a 10-inch tail to sew my clasp or this part in. You probably should leave like a 12 to 14-inch tail because I ran really short on thread trying to sew this other wire guard on because of having to sew through there so many times. So it'd probably be a good idea to leave about a 12 to 14-inch tail to do that. So now I'm just going to put my clasp on. Open my jump ring here. Put my toggle loop on. Take my other jump ring. Put my toggle bar on. And there we go, a little herringbone Superduo bracelet. Make sure I can clasp it together, but I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah. Well, I need to do it where it's not twisted. There we go. Little Superduo herringbone bracelet, really easy. So hold on and I'll get some of my beads cleaned up and I'll be back. Okay, there we go. A little Superduo herringbone bracelet. Really, really easy. The most complicated part of the whole thing was just sewing on the clasp at the end, having to sew around so many times. But the body of the bracelet is just really, really easy, and it works up pretty fast with those Superduos. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook and Instagram and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.
Thank you.